Bruno K. Bruno K is what's popping, and Bruno K has been on a series of runs ever since the DNA results came out that he is indeed the father to the little boy Seth. Remember we did the story about a few weeks ago. Anyway, now Kaiyz, I think you know who Kaiyz is, and he's a, TV presenter with NBS, and Kaiyz is the one who first broke this news to the internet. He said that they had gotten the results and he indeed is the father to Vanessa's child, Seth. However, Bruno K went on a series of rants, and this is what he said. I have been silent for a while concerning the issues about my son Seth, but I will address the issue. I will address that issue later. But first, I am going to deal with Kaiyz. Who gave you permission to share my son's DNA imprint and mine? Do you know how that's dangerous for the both of us, sir? He goes on to say, do you know who that child will be in the future? What if he's the president of this country? Do you think it's right for the future president's DNA imprint flying around online? Do you know I can be framed for a murder crime just by sharing my DNA imprint online? Please. And he went on and on and on. He also goes on to threaten Kaiyz and says that he's going to be the last person he messes with. And he goes on to say, so many people in this industry have let you play with them, but this time I'm not going to let you do that. He goes on to say, you should have shared the info before. You should have shared the info below the paper, not my DNA imprint of my son.
To Bruno K, I say this, and I know him personally. He's been on this show before, and he's a good guy, but maybe he may want to reduce on his public exposure. He's a bit too out there lately. Like, he just grants interviews to anybody and everybody. Like his life story is just now, it's like a soap opera. He's on TV every day whining or crying about something in his life. I feel like it's taking away from his music and his talent and artistry that people may not appreciate. Instead, they appreciate his personal drama. Now, I can understand in the social media attention economy, in the short run, I'm sure he's going to enjoy a boost in followers and all that kind of stuff, engagements. But I don't know, in the long run, don't you think it's going to be more about his drama than his music?
I think he should have just let this one lie. But I do not blame him for wanting to speak up and having to clear his, have his side of the story, hard. Because when Vanessa came out, the mother of his child, of course, she painted him out as a horrible man who doesn't support his child. He's a deadbeat dad. He's denied the kid and all that stuff. And yet he has gone on to even share that he has paid medical bills. He visits his child, countlessly, even sends the mother of his child upkeep and all that stuff. But you see, all that was ignored because Vanessa said he's a deadbeat. And I do feel sorry for him. I empathize with him because it's a horrible place to be in, because there are a lot of men who are, falling victim to this kind of abuse, that you're a deadbeat, and yet they actually are not. It's just that the mother is probably still bitter and angry with you for whatever reason. Do you understand what I mean? So I kind of, side with him having to speak up on it and not keep quiet.
Well, now that the issue has been settled, he is the father of this child.
He is the father.
Does this mean that he's going to play a more active role in this child's life and in supporting the child and other things?
But he has been playing a role in this child's life. He says he has visited the child
because now that the cloud of doubt is gone, now he can be even more fully invested.
No, but I don't think it ever was.
Because before you know for sure, you're kind of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You're like, I don't know.
I don't think that changes anything, because I know I know that if men don't want to be a part of their children's life, they're not going to, even if they have 5 DNA tests to prove it.
You may not appreciate it, but for men, that kind of confirmation can make a big difference.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
A big difference how? Oh, now let me fake my death so I don't have to pay any child support.
Because without DNA, it's like, even if the child is born and you have some confidence that it could be yours, maybe even the child looks like you, you're going to be like 10% unsure. Just there is a possibility, as small as it may be, that it's not yours.
No, is it because you want it to be a possibility that is not yours?
But if proof is provided that it is 100% yours, I feel like once you remove all doubt, I think it'll even just bring out more energy out of you.
Is that so? I don't think so. I don't think it does anything. I think the only reason why men would really want a DNA test is because they hope that they are not the father, because it's not fun paying child support. It's not. It really isn't. And especially if you don't love the mother or are not with the mother and she was maybe a one-night stand, I can see why a lot of men would really want to be like really assured, like assure me that is my child.
You have a point. I think it's usually those who have already been invested in the child, who've been raising the child. Those are the ones who will tend to want it to be there.
Yeah.
Like we've seen on what's that program on TV?
Which one?
We keep seeing the clips on TikTok of men breaking down in tears.
Family court.
Is that the one?
Yes.
Where the judge reads the result and you see a man crumbling to pieces.
Yes.
Because this is a child he had raised, loved, and he had been lied to. Mm-hmm. Those are sad clips.
Those are very, very sad clips. And you find those are situations where the man has not only been invested in the child, but also in the mother. And it's very heartbreaking. But I think some men, if they are not down with the woman, they're just hoping that the child, please, Jesus. Please, Jesus, let it not be mine this time. But anyway, good for Bruno K. And I hope that he and Vanessa can find some amicable way to be civil with each other and raise this child and not bring this drama back to our attention, because we have so many problems. We don't need this one. Okay? Be responsible out there, guys.